Missing someone.
What are you waving at?
A pussycat.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Impulsive Thoughts. And Don is a fucking psychopath. You'll see why in the Facebook. Don't look at me like that. Anyway.
But I'll always give you my spicy pickles. We almost broke up today. In my mind.
Well, that voice is Allie.
Meow.
And you can hear Don's psychopathic tendencies to my right.
I'm just getting my prime.
Yeah, uh-huh. How's that Kit Kat?
Pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Psychopathically bitten into.
You didn't even let me enjoy it and show James.
I'm glad. And you know what? I'm going to actually text James and say I saved you a picture of...
A pitcher of water?
What?
I said pitcher.
I said picture.
No, it
You
sounded
said
like
pitcher.
You said pitcher. P-I-T-C-H-E-R. I had to think about how you finished.
Very good. Very good.
Tomorrow we'll work on numbers.
1.
There's 4 pieces of a Kit Kat, and it should be eaten as such.
Yeah.
I mean, I can take 4 bites. That's fine. It's a
Fuck
small Kit Kat.
you, Donald. Hi, honey.
Hi.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
We made it. Your extended warranty has ran up.
I'm shocked she didn't leave me.
Yeah, me too.
We're calling to reach you about your extended warranty.
Your pull lock has expired.
Anyway. We got an episode for you today. Well,
Who does?
Allie has an episode for your
Never met her.
ears.
Your ear holes.
Yes.
Look, it's the last one I'll be able to fit in my notebook.
So she wrote 34 pages.
That's not true. You got thinkers. I failed you.
No, she overthinks everything.
That's why I'm a thinker.
That's also why you guys broke up today.
Right? Literally.
True.
In my mind. All right, so I did put it wasn't even a poll, but it was just a post out there asking how many pages my research was going to be. This was in the low.
I think I was close with 100.
Yeah.
That was my guess.
Yeah, you were obviously the closest, Donald, who I said, who was that douchebag that put 100? And you were like, oh, that was me. I was on the low end, thinkers. Only 17 pages this week.
Oop, I commented too late.
Yeah. You put 17 because I told you. You're such a douche. Who was the closest?
Me.
Jesse.
Jesse?
He had 21.
Okay.
21.
21. All right. So, any ideas of what my case is this week?
It's a murder.
Oh, very good, Poopy.
True crime.
Oh.
I'm on a roll.
Yeah. You're going to get a prize later. Your turn. Take a guess.
Oh,
You want to win a prize, don't you?
well, he said murder, so I can't say someone died.
I mean, you can.
Everyone's going home with a trophy.
Participation trophy.
Yeah, right. Literally. We all win here at Impulsive Thoughts. I actually geared this one.
Not Gypsy Rose, is it?
No.
Okay.
No. Too much shit to sort through in the headlines.
Someone posted like pictures the other day of like, I don't know if it's like her boyfriend or something, but it was like pictures of him and her mom side by side, and they look like identical.
Yeah. Well, have you also seen the ones of like Peter Griffin and Meg? And
Oh
her.
my god.
Yeah. I was like, oh. Yeah. No, I didn't do her because it's when something just comes out, it's really hard to sort through the accuracy of the sources. So I
don't think it just came out though.
Well, no,
She
the
just
fact
got
that she just got released.
Oh.
So it was big in the headlines again.
Yeah. So I just watched her. She just had something come out on TV.
Yeah.
Is it a famous murder?
I think it was on Hulu.
Yes, this actually has something to do with somebody that's famous, but the people involved themselves are not necessarily famous.
Not Charlie Manson then.
No, I'm saving that.
And I definitely know it's not the BTK murder.
That you know me, that's my fave.
It's not the Zodiac.
Sparky Big Time, my fave. No. I geared this one towards you, actually.
Towards who?
Lupe got murdered?
Poopy, no. I figured it was our anniversary. So this is my homage to something that you like, but murdery, you know. This is an I love you in an impulsive thought style.
/ morbid.
Yeah. But that's not our podcast.
Right.
So this is the attempted murder.
Oh, no shit. Do tell.
So Shirley DeLong was born January 18th, 1930 in Pennsylvania. She was married twice before finding her happily ever after. Her first marriage was into an extremely Catholic family who, when they found out that she was unable to have children, they actually forced their son to have her marriage annulled. So I don't even think that they were married for a couple... No, they were married for a couple months, and after finding that out, annulment.
That's a Catholic thing.
Very much. So once she found a new man, and she was married for a second time, she was actually happy. And she had 2 stepchildren because, like I said, she was unable to have children, whom she bonded with immediately. And she raised them for 12 years until that marriage also ended in divorce. I didn't see as to why, but like I said, it seemed to be a happy marriage. Kids remained close with her for the rest of her life.
Okay.
Enter Ron Nelson, who is 12 years younger than Shirley, but the two clicked immediately. So age was not... It didn't matter.
Yeah. Which that happens a lot, actually.
And it was said that Shirley did not look or act her age.
Okay.
She always dressed very well, and she appeared younger than her age.
Okay.
So I think that, like you said, not only did it not matter, but I think she could have fooled anybody.
Right.
After a brief courtship, the pair married in May of 1967. And at that time, Ron, I think they lived in Minnesota at the time. I think I remembered seeing that. Up north. Maybe Wisconsin, Minnesota, somewhere cold. Mm-hmm. Somewhere cold.
Somewhere I don't want to be.
Yeah, right. That's literally what I thought. I was like, ugh, that fucking sucks. So at that time, Ron was offered an amazing position as the business manager writing license agreements for Charles Schulz.
Okay.
And we all know who that is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, at least I do.
Yeah, he is the beloved creator of the Peanuts. Mm-hmm. So in the 70s, Schulz needed help with all the merchandising opportunities the Peanuts had created. So in steps in Ron, devoted to marketing the characters. So he had a hand in, I saw the most notable thing, the Snoopy snow cone machine.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And I was like, I have a snow cone machine.
Well,
We love snow cones.
handheld.
We love snow cones.
Me and Poop even made our own snow cone syrup.
Oh, yeah.
It's still sitting in my fridge. It's all crystallized because we haven't used it in so long. We literally have our own snow cone machine. Did you know that?
I think you've mentioned it before.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Look at his face.
It's a manual snow cone machine.
So what? The Snoopy snow cone machine was manual.
Oh yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's the 70s.
When was electricity invented?
I mean, this before the 70s, but these kids were still there cranking this shit. Crank the Snoopy Soldier Boy. Anyways, now that you know that we also have a snow cone, we could probably paint Snoopy on it. I have a plush Snoopy. We could hot glue his ass to our snow cone machine. Because I looked for one. Those things are expensive.
Yeah, they are.
Okay. Anyways, so he helped with the marketing while Charles Schulz was pretty much, the day-to-day, just with the comics and the characters and everything like that. And Ron did the licensing agreements for the characters. So if anyone wanted to use them nationwide, they had to go through Ron.
Okay.
So... Also, I put this in there because I think it's so cool. Snoopy, or not Snoopy, the headquarters is located at one Snoopy place in Santa Rosa, California.
Nice.
Isn't that cool? And so, there's pictures of it, and, there's a big sign, and it just says one Snoopy place. And I just, there's, big pictures, in, statues of, Snoopy standing there.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's pretty cool. And there's, Santa Rosa, California is a really small town, and Charles Schulz is actually famous for, his headquarters being there, and his wife is Jean. She's famous as well for being a philanthropist, and that whole town is just, huge supporters of them because of all the, the work that they've done with that town and just the kids and just everything. So the whole town is kind of like Snoopy-fied. It's pretty cool. I put, let's cut the cutesy and get to all the drama, shall we?
Give me the murder.
Give me the murder. The cutesy bullshit. So what is the number one motive to cause a wife to murder?
Cheating.
If you guess infidelity, you guess correctly. At age 65, so we fast forwarded a little bit. So now Shirley is 65 years old. She wasn't exactly the object of her husband's gaze anymore. But alas, over a decade younger, his secretary, has now caught his eye.
Shocker. Decade younger.
Secretary. At his disposal.
Yeah.
Not away from your wife. You see her every day. Mm-hmm. She's younger. She helps you. Yeah. More than caught his eye, actually. Ron and his secretary, Eileen, began an affair in June 1995. The affair between Ron and Eileen has only been going on for a month at this point before Shirley finds out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That was pretty quick.
Yeah, it didn't take very long. So, as one would expect, Shirley's ego was bruised. I mean, come on. Her husband was having an affair with a much younger woman. And plus, I saw in multiple sources that Shirley had a history of depression. So, insult to injury at that point.
Yeah.
You break a woman down when she's already not feeling great about herself. You're at a point in your life where, things aren't in the places that they used to sit. The girls aren't high on your chest anymore. There's lines and places that they didn't used to be.
So, okay. Let me pause you. Let me get this straight for a second.
Yeah.
She was 65. Mm-hmm. He was 12 years younger.
Right.
Which made him 52.
Yeah.
And his secretary was 10 years younger.
Right.
Which made her 42.
Right.
Okay. Just wanted to get that math out of the way.
Right.
Pem does.
I don't math, so thank God you're here.
What's math?
Who? I never met her.
Okay.
Yeah. So like I said, bruised ego, history of depression.
She's 20 years younger than her.
Right. Her titties aren't sitting where they used to. Not to mention, 2 months before, Ron and Shirley celebrated their 28th wedding anniversary. Shot to the gut? Oops. No foreshadowing, pun intended.
Oh.
Oops.
Shit.
Okay. So this must have been more than a fling to Ron, because also in June of 1995, he met with Schulz and confided in him that he planned on leaving his wife for their coworker, Eileen.
What's that song?
Come on, Eileen. The whole time I wrote this, I kept thinking about this. I swear I will leave. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah. He went all out and was like, hey, boss.
Wow.
Right. Head over heels for his secretary.
Interesting.
Very much so. And from all the sources that I've seen, read, everything, the two men were not only business partners, but they were close friends. Mm-hmm. So I think that he looked at this more as like a, not just like a respect I'm telling you in a business sense, because obviously we all work together, but I'm telling you this because I'm confiding in you as a friend. Yeah.
That's fucking bizarre.
It's just a move that I don't really understand.
Right.
Yeah, I don't really understand it. I mean, I guess his wife already knows.
Right.
So the cat's out of the bag.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But I don't know. It's still your mistress.
Right.
So, okay. So when Charles Schulz told Ron, I don't stand for that. That's absolutely not okay, not allowed. You must stop seeing Eileen, or one or both of you will be terminated. Ron was shocked. He did not expect that coming from his mouth, because I think at that point he stopped viewing him as his boss and just as a coworker. Uh-huh. I'm sorry, just as a friend.
Yeah.
Because, lines were blurred, and that's what happens when you have a...
See, that's what I was going to ask you. Like, they were obviously close friends, so, but it went from, like you said, it went from friend to boss.
Right. And that's what happens when you're friends with your boss.
Yeah.
And though it's kind of like being friends with your mom. And they have to overstep into that parent boundary.
Right.
That's how I looked at it. So, he went from boss to friend to boss, and he didn't like that. And so he was shocked.
Yeah, he probably thought, oh, yeah. He probably thought he was going to say, yeah, go ahead, go for it.
You'd slap him on the back and be like,
hey,
good one, buddy. Right. Yeah, got a piece of that tail. yeah, like, but that's not what happened. So now later it does come out that Schulz was just looking out for the company against sexual harassment suits in case that the relationship went south.
Okay.
But still,
yeah.
I mean, that's, in hindsight.
Yeah.
Ron is not seeing it as that now. He's seeing it as, that's my buddy and he's not doing me a solid.
Yeah.
So fast forward a little bit to July 4th, where the couple Ron and Shirley Nelson were spotted by multiple people at their country club golf course. They lived on the country club golf course. So they were usually out on their golf cart. They used to take cart rides. They had, I guess, little dogs, and they would, always be seen out there playing a couple holes, or whether they were hosting barbecues. They were very social people and always out together, either at the club or on the course. So this was a normal occurrence for them. But this just happened to be on July 4th on the golf course. So multiple witnesses stated that the couple appeared to be in a very heated argument, and Shirley later stated that this was the end-all be-all. And I don't know what was said, but it was bad. And it was demeaning and public. Okie dokie. So now...
Yeah, that's shitty. It's a shitty situation.
Well, right. And
especially in public.
You think of these people, so... I grew up in Flossmoor. I grew up with these people just like this. Country club living is... you have to uphold this standard of what you look like and, how you act around your friends and these people, and you don't... That stuff is inside stuff.
Yeah.
You don't have those kind of issues outside of your home.
Right.
Because you don't air your dirty laundry like that.
Exactly.
So, and the fact that people knew that Shirley and Ron's relationships were having issues was a big deal for her. So I think that was a big point of contention for her. So like I said, now it's July 5th, 1995, aka my 4th birthday. Most importantly. I think this might have been my Esmeralda birthday party. K-Dog, let me know. I had a Hunchback of Notre Dame birthday party. But this did occur on my birthday. Very sad. Shirley Nelson's decides to surprise her husband at work for lunch.
That's why she picked this story.
It has nothing to do with him. It's secretly all about me. Always is. I'm a narcissist.
Okay, we're not Danny here.
I did not say it. Yeah, right. Okay, so help me guys. Okay, so
Ramble.
so like I said, Shirley Nelson decides to surprise her husband at work for lunch. Surprise. Okay, surprise.
Surprise.
I'm air quoting the fuck out of the word surprise. Shirley arrives at one Snoopy place in a brand...
I just get a kick out of that address.
Isn't that great? I love it. I keep saying it for that reason. Because I picture him being like, this way. Like a man hired in like a Snoopy costume to direct traffic. So she arrives at one Snoopy place in a brand new black vehicle, wearing all black and dark black sunglasses.
Okay, goth.
Yeah. She walk up.
Why did I say it like that?
Yeah, goth. Goth.
I'm sick, guys. Actually, my nose is running. Continue.
She walks. I'm having a stroke. I don't know.
So if we're gonna talk shit about him, apparently we can't just. Oh, he's still down here.
No, apparently he just cuts it out anyways.
Well, it's because we were whispering too low, he said.
Oh. So we have to talk shit louder. Lupe's a boogered nose snot. Jeremy knows fuck. Don, it's your turn to say something. I'm the only one being a dick. Oh shit, he's back.
Well, Danny's not here, so, you have to take up 2 roles. I'm just on a roll with him. What about Danny? Continue.
Okay, so she walks up to the building's receptionist and, like I said, still wearing all black, dark sunglasses, like...
Goth.
like no one knows who she is. And asks if Ron Nelson is in his office. Doesn't wait for a response from the receptionist. And just makes her way to Ron's office.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to stop right here. Do you guys think that the receptionist should have stopped her?
Yes.
Why?
Well, for security reasons.
But they know it's her.
Oh, they know it's her.
They've been married for 28 years. She's trying to have a disguise on, okay? But she's literally just wearing sunglasses and black clothes. Think about it. If you're married to somebody for 28 years and this woman functions. Like the Schulz family is, from what I understand, you know, like as a business, they do functions, but
Yeah.
they
see face all the time.
right, but they function like more of a family, than a business,
right,
and especially people this close, more like a right hand. I would assume that they know what your wife looks like.
Yeah. So okay. Well, I guess no. I mean,
right? Like I say no. Like they're just like, there's Shirley. She's having a bad day. Maybe she got some Botox around her eyes finally, so she's hiding it with a pair of sunnies.
Well, this was 74?
Well, now it's 95.
Oh, 95. Okay. When did Botox start? Follow the timeline. I know.
4th birthday.
Yeah, right. Thank you, bestie. God, do you know nothing about your girlfriend?
That's why he's breaking up with you today.
Right, yeah, I know it. Right before his warranty ended.
Don, you keep saying that. She's going to believe that.
First, I'm getting my dinner.
She's going to text me later while you guys are alone. Do you think he's really going to break up with me?
He said something kind of shitty. He said, I love you with not the normal amount of hearts.
He added one less heart.
Oh my God, we're totally over. So what do you think?
What was the question?
No, I fucking knew he wasn't listening.
Because he's on the fucking phone.
No, we backtracked, so I didn't.
Would you have stopped Shirley from walking, like, as a receptionist, would you have stopped Shirley from just walking back to the office? He's thinking.
Drum roll.
There's not, y'all. There's smoke. He's thinking. There's not just this long silence.
He woke up the hamster and it's trying to get on the wheel.
But it's got like one leg, the other one he's got a prosthetic and it's got to put it on.
I haven't been to work in a while. Hasn't been working lately.
Yeah, we're clear.
Okay, calm down.
He said he worked at the mill with me like the other day. I'm pretty sure he doesn't.
See, I knew she wouldn't know if I was there or not, so I just said it.
Right. So?
Oh. Yes?
Is that,
Yes, what?
ma'am? So yes or no?
To stop her from walking?
Yeah. Like, would you have thought it was fishy and stopped her and been like, ma'am, who are you? People can't see you. Oh.
I was going to say it. Thank you. Thank you. I looked. I'm like, did he really just shake his head?
He's been doing this longer than I have.
Yeah.
Okay. No, you shook. All right, everyone, I'm just going to stop. All right. So, like I said, I mean, I think I wouldn't have stopped her either. Because, like I said, she's probably been there 1,000 times. They probably thought, you know, she's just wearing sunglasses. She either forgot to take them off. Maybe she's had a procedure done where she's got to have them on.
Dilated her eyes.
Right. Or she's got Botox. You know, they know that they've been having problems. So maybe she's trying to freshen up her face a little bit. It's California. It's not out of the question. So moments later, shots ring out in the office building.
I don't have that sound effect.
Out of the whole podcast, the one sound effect that you should have.
That's when you just need to get the 2x4.
Yeah, right?
Shirley had taken her 357 that she had recently purchased
Jesus.
and opened fired at Ron. Now, I want to note that Eileen was at work that day.
Oh, boy.
But Shirley did not make any attempt to shoot her.
Huh.
Shirley shot Ron 2 times in the back, and he was found outside clinging to life face down on the pavement. Near a Snoopy statue, by the way.
Oh, poor Snoopy.
Yeah, he cleaned it. It was then that Shirley did the unthinkable and turned the gun onto herself and fired one shot into the chest.
Jesus.
Obviously.
What's with the
I was going to say, okay, Carrie Von Erich.
with the fucking, yeah, that's so weird.
Obviously, it's chaos at one Snoopy place, and the receptionist who heard the initial shots called 911 for help.
One bloody Snoopy place.
For real. This is one chaotic, bloody Snoopy place. You're be funny, huh? Yeah.
What'd you say?
I said, ooh, episode title.
Actually, the one that I saw was Good Grief.
That's a good one, too.
Yeah, I thought so. It was Good Grief Chaos at Good Grief Chaos at Snoopy headquarters. Yeah. So
Mine will be Good Grief Chaos at one bloody Snoopy place.
yeah, do that. Okay, so upon first responders arriving, they find both Ron and Shirley in critical condition. Ron's injuries penetrated from his back into his pancreas, liver, and abdomen, and he was once thought to be deceased.
He was one, okay.
Because he's going in and out.
Yeah, okay.
Shirley was also transported to the hospital. She suffered extreme blood loss and was going in and out of consciousness. So both of them were transported in critical condition.
Sheesh.
But on the ride to the emergency room, medics asked Shirley what happened, to which she managed to reply, "I did it. I shot my husband. Is that son of a bitch dead? I shot myself." Murder-suicide? Well, case solved, right?
Not exactly.
I mean, yeah, kind of, but there's a lot more to it, and that's where this
that's why I said
gets
not
kind of
exactly.
sticky. Yeah.
Whenever something like that happens, or you think there's more, it always makes. I can't remember like what movie or show it's from, but it's the part where the guy's like, "But wait, there's more."
I always think of Billy Mays, but
Mays.
wait, there's more. You
That's
get
what I
3
think.
free.
OxyClean.
Yeah, exactly. So this gets really sticky, and yeah, just buckle up, buttercups. 6 weeks later, Ron freaking Nelson fully recovers from his injuries.
Jesus Christ.
What a fucking miracle. He was pronounced dead, and he ends up freaking recovering 6 weeks later. Yeah. He was shot twice in the back.
A living corpse.
Yeah. And like the bullets traveled and like ripped through his abdomen and a bit, like I said, his liver, his pancreas, and everything.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I had to look to see what it's from. It's from Scary Movie.
Oh.
The Wayans brothers says it. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so 6 weeks later. Okay. So Shirley also makes a full recovery. So both parties live, which means
Are you sure she used a 357?
Yeah, seriously. Those are 22.
It's like that one story you did where they tried to kill the dad, but he just wouldn't fucking die.
you know what's so
God.
funny? When I was with my dad the other day, when I took him to urgent care, because my dad doesn't have a way of listening to this. He was asking about this. I played that episode for him.
Did you really?
Yeah. And he was like, man. Because I was like, Dad, you'll like this one. It was in Hammond. Anyways, the Comiatis, by the way, call back. So she got arrested and charged with attempted murder because obviously
He didn't die.
neither did she. So nobody died.
So would that be like double attempted murder? Because she tried to kill herself, too.
No. I mean, you're just hurting yourself.
Yeah, but that's attempted murder.
Right, but no.
But that makes sense, though, right? Well, of course.
No, because when someone tries to kill themselves, they don't go to jail. That's just a suicide attempt.
It's attempted
Lawyer.
murder.
Okay. How's your drink? So she had admitted to the police that she was sorry that she wasn't able to finish the job. And I wrote, "Ope."
Oop.
Ope. So And this is where my pen ran out of ink and I had to switch to blue. I literally have written so much that I have switched from black to blue to black back to blue.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. And it literally halfway through.
There's some red in there.
There's orange somewhere in there. Anyways, so now that Shirley has been charged with attempted murder, her bail was set at a whopping $2 million. $2 million.
$2 million, 10%, that's
200,000.
Okay, anyways.
Math.
Just hold on. Just hold on. So now it's time for the investigators to start building their case. So we're going to get into some investigative stuff. They talk to Ron and Shirley's friends and family, and even Charles Schulz himself, and everyone seems to say the same thing, that affair hit Shirley really hard.
Well, I mean...
Shirley, like I said previously, was older than Ron and had a recent stroke.
Jesus Christ.
That seemed to be the culprit of the extreme attitude changes with Ron. So, Ron...
I'm sorry. Did you tell your mom how many pages you got?
No.
We have a new winner then.
Why?
K-Dog commented and said 18. That's the correct number.
Stop it. All right. I interrupt this podcast to say that K-Dog is now the winner. You can comment on there, Don, and tell her that she did win. You can comment and tell her that it was 17 and she won. Lupe cheated. I did not tell her.
Okay, anyway, sorry for interrupting.
That's okay. K-Dog will like that it got interrupted to say that she won. Miss Northwestern herself.
That's good.
Okay, so she had the stroke, and basically accounts say that no matter how much Shirley tried to mold herself into the ideal woman, Ron just looked at her as too old. She started working out at the gym more. She started trying to, dress younger, and it just was never enough. Mm-hmm. And Ron really just saw there was no physical effect of her stroke, but I think mentally he saw she was older.
Yeah.
And so there was no coming back from that in his mind. So
that's fucked up.
it is really fucked up because, I mean, that's a huge event in somebody's life, and it did not, nothing happened. But yeah. So also, investigators found that the vehicle driven to headquarters that day was a rental signed off on by her. Mm. So her whole plan was, it shows premeditation. Because they believe that she was trying to go to headquarters undetected because they all know who Shirley is,
right.
Which brought up my point earlier. She was trying to show up in disguise, which they all know who she is.
If she could at least fucking put a fake mustache on her.
Right, exactly. They'd have been like, who is this transvestite? So, because they were thinking or she was thinking if she were to show up there, they would warn him because they obviously all know that they're fighting. Mm-hmm. She's the other woman, mm-hmm. Kind of, well, the other woman works there. So they would warn him and he would leave because he doesn't want to see her.
Which
right.
I'm still surprised she didn't try and shoot her.
Okay, so hold that thought. Put a little pinaroni in that. So detectives got a search warrant for a vehicle. And upon serving that search warrant for the vehicle, further evidence was obtained, and they found identical .357 casings to those found in the gun on the scene, because the gun was found on the scene. It was left there because obviously both of them were laying there incapacitated.
Right.
So they found identical .357 casings and bullets in the vehicle, and a receipt for that .357 in the glove box.
Way to be
going to return it.
Yeah. Yeah. So while all that's going on, officers are taking multiple statements from Shirley, and I'm just going to give you a brief rundown on that because honestly, there are so many, and I kind of covered some of them in my telling of the story, so I'm just going to kind of go over the ones that I didn't tell.
Yeah.
And this, I kind of just covering these because they're a little ironic and kind of, they made me giggle a little bit. She wished she was a better shot and that Ron wasn't moving when she was shooting. Because so she bought the gun, right?
Stand still.
Right, literally. So she bought the gun from a gun shop, and the guy that, I don't know if he's like affiliated with the gun shop, but he's an ex-cop. She took lessons on how to shoot the gun from him. And she said,
Christ.
when I learned how to shoot, the targets weren't moving. I'm sorry, what? Like, obviously you're not shooting at real people. Yeah. I wish I was a better shot. Let's see. She intended to shoot Eileen too that day, but she had used too many bullets trying to shoot Ron because he was moving.
How many fucking times did she shoot at him?
Well, it was a revolver.
Well, it's a revolver, so it's a 6-shooter.
Right.
She used one on herself.
One on herself, and she shot him twice in the back. So she only had 3 left to spare.
That's true.
So.
And if she shot at him and missed, I mean, that's not recorded or anything, is it?
Well, I think it was, but I don't think I mentioned it.
Okay.
The other thing is, first off, if she'd shot at him and missed the first 3 times, why the fuck was he still around there to get shot to?
Well, he did make it outside. So you have to think about that. Like, he was running and she's shooting at him. So, and then the last thing I put in there, that Ron was her life. She was devoted to Ron, and her whole life was being Ron's wife. That was her identity. Okay?
Don't make Allie mad, Lupe.
I don't plan to.
I don't like guns.
Oh.
So, long story, but I don't like guns. Okay, so back to the bail. I was jumping all over the place. The story kind of gets all crazy. Willy-nilly. Anyways.
Willie Nelson?
Yeah. He's not in this story. Willy-nilly. Okay. Shirley hired a defense attorney, obviously. His name was Chris Andrean. And in August 1995, she entered a not guilty plea due to insanity. Shirley's bail was set at $750,000, and the judge said, no way, Hosby. She's got friends with...
In low places.
Lots of cash moolah. No, high places.
Oh, high places, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I don't want anyone posting bail for her easily. I think that she'd be much better off in a psychiatric facility receiving care. Because I don't think that she's mentally stable. If she's placing a non-guilty due to insanity plea, she belongs in a mental facility.
Absolutely.
Right. So this is where, just when you think it can't get any crazier, it does. In November 1995, Charles Schulz himself posts Shirley's $2 million bail.
What?
Yeah.
They were having an affair.
Excuse-moi?
Schulz stated, we love her. She will never spend a day in jail.
They were having an affair.
No, I said we love her.
Him and his
They were
wife
having a
were
throuple. It was a throuple.
Swingers.
He has pineapples all over his...
The star above his garage. Okay. Shirley's trial was set for January 1996, but then the trial had to be postponed to April 1996. Unknown reasons. I think it was just litigations and stuff like that. And the prosecution called Jean Schulz, Charles's wife, to the stand, and she testified about Ron and Eileen's affair and how Shirley had once offered to pay Eileen to leave Ron. That's how desperate she was.
Jeez.
And Eileen would not. She would not leave him, even for money. I'd have been like, bye. Like, you ain't worth it. If you was my side bitch, I'd leave you and then come back.
I'd leave you, then come back.
With the money, honey. Just kidding. I'd leave you as. I'm just kidding. Anyways, so jurors also heard testimony about Shirley's depression and how she seemed to spiral in the months leading up to the attempted murder. The prosecutor did everything to show how premeditated this crime was, but in the end, the jurors sided with the defense and deadlocked 9-3 in favor of an acquittal.
Huh.
This means she could stand a second trial, but rather than risk her luck, Shirley opted for a plea bargain in April of 1997. You ready for this? Because I don't think you're ready for this.
Are you ready?
Her plea bargain was 1 year in prison, 5 years probation, and 3,000 hours of community service. What she actually served? 6 months.
I was going to say 6 months.
And 18 months of home confinement. Then she was released to a retirement community where she died of colon cancer in 2005 of age 78. Then, I'm going to leave you with some final craziness.
Oh, boy.
Both Schulz and Ron sent separate letters to the prosecution asking for leniency. This was before the trial, like the actual verdict was read. Asking for leniency, stating Shirley was, I quote, a good person who just went off the deep end. She tried to kill you.
That's the deep end?
And finally, true to his word, in August 1995, Schulz fired Ron because he refused to stop seeing Eileen, and she resigned shortly after. Okay, this is how I'm going to end this episode. On a side note, and this I liked this, so I wanted to include it. This case may have hit a little too close to home for Charles Schulz. In the early 70s, he engaged in an extramarital affair while married to his first wife. The woman worked with him and was 2 decades younger than him. He memorialized this indiscretion in a comic strip where Charlie Brown warned Snoopy to stop chasing after an attractive beagle and, I quote, start behaving himself. Ironic?
Yeah.
So that is the attempted murder and attempted suicide at one Snoopy place. The end.
Jesus.
That's fucking nuts.
Not what you thought it was going to be this
No.
week.
And also, there was no murder. It was attempted murder.
Attempted murder and attempted suicide.
That's crazy.
I still can't believe neither of them died from a .357 gunshot wound.
Well, apparently they were moving and she's not a good shot. She wished that they weren't moving so much.
Well, how bad of a shot do you have to be to not kill yourself by shooting yourself
Seriously.
in the
Because
chest?
she was dodging and bobbing and weaving.
She was moving too. And you know what? When I do my episode, there's an quote unquote, and I'm gonna quote unquote that it's a suicide too, and it was a shot to the gut. Mm-hmm. So what? That's why last week or did we do an episode last week?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Von Erich. That was a shot to the gut, like
The chest.
whatever, but torso. It's just so weird. Like who? If you
She
wanna-
shot herself in the chest.
Yeah, torso.
Torso,
Oh.
chest.
Body.
Big difference. Heart?
Yeah, okay, but what I'm getting that's
Yeah,
not
tum-tum.
what I'm getting at though is it's just very rare for somebody to actually kill themselves by shooting themselves in the body.
Right.
It's just a very odd place to shoot yourself.
Unless you're shooting yourself with a larger weapon. Like a shotgun.
Yeah, but even then, we already went over that with the whole Kurt Cobain thing.
Right. But that's because he didn't do it himself.
Yeah, and how many people can actually fucking shoot themselves in the body with a shotgun?
Correct. You have to be far away. Yeah.
Right.
Anyways. Yes.
Interesting case.
Thank you.
I thought there was a throuple going on, but
I think it was more or less that he saw so much of his past indiscretions and how much they had hurt.
Right.
So he was standing up for the underdog.
Yeah.
And he knew that she was struggling. He obviously did not see his friend and coworker giving a shit.
Right.
And so that's why he was standing up for Shirley.
Yeah. So and you said she died in a nursing home at, what, 78?
Yeah, colon cancer.
So is Eileen and...
I couldn't find that.
Okay. Interesting. Because I know Charles Schulz, he died in 05?
I think it was recent, yeah. I mean, not that that's recent, but...
Well, for us millennials, that's recent.
Yeah.
When you think 20 years ago, you do not think of 2004.
Right. Ew. Ew.
He died in 2000.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. At the turn of the century. Okie dokie.
February 12th, 2000.
Oh.
Wow. Shocker. Like, that's crazy. Like, you're doing a story and...
It's almost the anniversary of his death.
24 years ago.
Ew. All right. Well, that's my episode this week. Glad you boys enjoyed it.
I did. I enjoyed it very much.
Clap, 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 clap.
Thank you. Thank you. Clap for me, Lupe.
People can't see me clapping, so I just said it instead.
And you can't clap because it'll get deleted. So we have to say it. Clap, 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 clap.
He's just
Clap,
editing.
clap,
He's like,
clap, clap, clap.
I
Why am I deleting this?
Yeah, right.
Well, you can find us on all your major podcast platforms. On Instagram at Impulsive Thoughts _pod. I almost screwed that up. On Twitter/X at...
it's on the link tree.
Okay.
We updated our link tree.
And yeah, I am Lupe, joined here with Donnie Rowe.
Is that your stomach?
No.
Oh, bye.
And Miss Alli P.
Meow.
All right, guys. And remember, don't eat your Kit Kat like a fucking psychomaniac. And don't believe everything you think.